topics to talk about. MLB the Show, YouTube, life. I mean, we kind of dived a little bit. I kind of like doing a pre-interview before I do anything.
Yeah.
I used to be a production assistant, freelance producer. I produced documentaries for my college. Like, dude, I wanted to be on SportsCenter, but then I quickly realized they didn't need another white guy on TV. So it's kind of one of those things where you're like, well, it's okay.
Yeah.
I think I mentioned I'm a banker now. I don't know how the hell I fell into that. I guess I could go over that eventually, but
yeah, totally.
I don't know. I'm informal about everything when it comes to intros. So this might even be the intro right now where I'm saying, hey guys, welcome to the podcast. This is the Taylor Price podcast. First episode where we're talking to one of my favorite YouTubers at the moment. Just hit 50K subscribers. The man, the myth, the legend, KevBrado. Kev, how you doing today, my man?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Dude, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like the landscape for the MLB the Show is pretty good right now. Although the content this year hasn't been, I think, what everybody wanted. I wanted to get your take on the game, like what you feel where the game is going, and I guess like what you like about it.
I gotta agree with you. Like the content at the moment is not in its best state right now than it was at the start of the game. And the only thing I fear is that it's just gonna get worse. And it's just going to be the same cycle as it is for next year. For me as a content creator, all I could do is just stick with it, see what goes on with it, play along with it, and just work with whatever they give us, even though the content might not be its best. But so far I've been enjoying it with Double Trouble and stuff like that.
MLB the Show is giving us a lot of content, but when it comes to cards and like stuff like that, do you feel like they could? I mean, obviously they could drastically improve, but like, what avenues do you wish they would go down for like player cards wise?
I think they can try their best to introduce some new guys instead of bringing out these same recycled cards every year and hyping them up for no reason at all. Bring guys back like Tim Lincecum.
Yes, we've been waiting. Oh God, it took him. I mean, how many years? Cover athlete Joe Mauer. I mean, for me, I'm a Minnesota Twins fan. It took him forever to get Joe Mauer back in the game, and it's one of those things. You're right. Like they need newer players. They need guys who have fresh faces. I think
exactly
what they've done with the Future Stars. Did you like the Future Stars program?
Yeah. I like the new guys they introduced. That's like one of the biggest programs that drops every year because it's new guys. It's the new guys of the future of baseball, right? And that's a good way to go ahead and introduce those guys into people who don't know who they are and stuff like that. Like last year when we had the Future Stars program, there was a lot of new guys that I know of, and right now that they're stars. So that's a cool way right there. But that's also like new guys to go ahead and add into MLB the Show and stuff like that instead of, recycled content. But if they could bring back, legends we haven't seen in a while or stuff like that, I think that just puts a spark in the game.
Yeah, that got me thinking about legends I would want in the game. I mean, you can think of name a list of them that aren't in the game now, and I'm sure everybody from each team probably could think of a couple. I mean, I love Johan Santana. I mean, he was a Cy Young Award winner for the Minnesota Twins. How is he not in the game? He's probably got some nasty stuff. He's probably got a unique windup and stuff like that. I don't know. It comes down to like how deep do they want to get their game, and do they want to, how much money do they want to try to attract? Honestly,
yeah,
like they could.
I mean, I don't know if it's like them having to agree with the player or something like that, or I don't know what goes on behind the scenes with that. But if they were just to figure out some way to still have a right of their names in the game, I think it would only be helping the people who play this game.
It's almost similar to 2K because like 2K has those similar figureheads that are not in the game. Charles Barkley, namely, he just chooses not to be in the game.
Yeah.
Now, is it because of residuals? Probably. Now, I think just like in the major leagues, they probably get some little bit of residuals, if any. But the guys who are more involved with MLB the Show get their own cards. Like that is impressive. I think the game could go even further. I mean, 2K does the similar. If you're an influencer, they can kind of juice up your card. or your player rather. But what about the guys who are young, who are just who are better than their card is playing, and we don't get to like actually know who they are? That's like you said, that Future Stars program gets us introduced.
No, yeah, no, exactly. There's a lot of players out there in the minor leagues that are probably the next future studs that we don't know about yet, or something like that, and they don't have a card in MLB the Show. You know, because when the Future Stars program comes out, that's only a select few, right? And then
Right.
you could be playing against someone who has their own personal card,
Hmm.
that's all juiced up and stuff like that. And not every day you're gonna match up with someone like that.
Right. I think
Um,
I saw AJ. AJ played against a Blue Jays pitcher, like
yep.
the real blue. That was insane. That's so cool.
Mhm. Mhm. So yeah, no, it's something. What do you call it? Not everybody's gonna get. In if you're a
It's
minor league or stuff
exclusive.
like
I
that,
mean, yeah, it's an
exclusive.
opportunity too for them as SES.
Mhm. So I mean, there's a lot of room for improvement with content and all that with this game. I mean, there's not a limit with anything. There's always a room for improvement.
Of course,
Just
of
to
course.
just what do you call it? Put this game in another level. I'm not what do you call it? Working for SDS or anything like that. So I mean, I don't have the brains to go ahead and develop a game, but I know that they do. And I know that they're professionals at it, and that they can do something. And I know they can do something. But
Oh, feedback is
yeah,
essential, and I think creators like you, anybody who's going to have a voice and play the game often, and who's showing at least that they enjoy parts of the game, I think those people, I think those opinions should matter more, and I think they should
hmm
have like a think tank of you guys, guys who get well known enough, 50K subscribers maybe that's the minimum or something,
exactly.
or where they can come talk to you and get your feedback. Like for me, I love feedback within my job. I'm a
hmm
banker. I'm not going to release the actual bank I work for, but like the thing I like about my business is like feedback goes directly to my company, and I'm able to see that that feedback actually translate into something, and it feels like there's a disconnect from at least the creator side to SDS
Exactly.
100%.
Yep.
So I wanted to ask you about that stadium I made you. Is that working out for you and
Oh, it
everything?
is. It's like good luck. I don't, I think I've like my most recent episode of DT. I mercied my opponent to make
That's
Division
right.
Series. I don't know if I've done that for the second time or that's the first time, but I don't know what it is about the stadium. I've only lost there once. It was unfortunate, but
Hey,
it's just my offense just explodes there. I don't know what's going
I
on.
mean, that's how I got introduced, or well, Kev got introduced to me. I wanted to create stadiums in MLB the Show. That's what I've been doing on MLB the Show 22. So if you want a stadium and you're a creator, ask me. I will gladly make you one. But Kev, you're one of my favorite creators, so I had to make you one, and I wanted to do
Yep.
that Bay Area vibe, kind of get McCummy Cove in there, and I don't know. I'm not saying anything against the first one they made, but like I'm a detail oriented guy, so I wanted to make sure
No,
every
yeah.
detail kind of fit what vibed
I liked
with
I
what I
liked
thought you
every bit of
liked.
it. I liked the Brado bunch, all of that. The Ferris wheel in the back, the large body of water in right field, as we
Hey,
already
I
know
had
what
to
it's
go for
called.
it. I had to go to the big river, baby.
And
Well,
so,
and then I was trying to think of like B alliterations for the house and stuff. I was like, wait,
mhm.
maybe we can get some income out of this. Do the Brado Airbnb. Maybe we can get some people
Yep.
staying at the
Yeah,
place.
that was smart. That was smart.
Well, I had a guy trash me on r/MLB the Show stadiums for the Ferris wheel, the big one. He
Mhm.
told me to get rid of it.
Really?
Yeah, he said it doesn't fit, and I was like, we're going for a fair time at the pier vibe. Like we're at the game, but there's a fair like
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm glad to hear that you liked it.
Yeah, no, I like the Ferris wheel. It puts a little bit of life into it.
So I did want to talk to you about YouTube a little bit about your start. I know that you started doing like pack openings. So like
Yep.
when you started your channel, did you? I mean, you probably had a little bit of thought like, hey, I want this to get popular. But like, what? Just with the pack opening, it's like what interested you about getting that started?
So that was during the time of the pandemic, I think, in the middle of the pandemic or
Oh,
right at the start
card
of the
opening was
pandemic.
so
Yeah.
popular. Oh my god.
So I mean, I was just at home on YouTube, came across this channel called Jab's Families. He
Oh
opens
yeah.
up
Oh
baseball
yeah.
cards. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
this is so cool. I want to get some myself. And then I just went ahead and created a YouTube channel. Um, and I just started filming myself opening up baseball boxes. And so that went on from time to time. I went ahead and spent like most of my savings on baseball cards, right? And then what do you call it? I enjoyed doing that, but the thing is that I wasn't selling any of my baseball cards. I was
Because you have to get them like PSA rated and stuff like that.
stuff like that, or what do you call it? You would do box openings or stuff like that for a live group, and then you would sell your cards. Like people
Right.
would buy like a team, and then you do stuff like that. I was like, I don't want to do that. I want to keep these cards. But the thing with keeping the cards is that you're spending the money, but you're not making the money, stuff like
True.
that. And the job I was working at during the pandemic, they closed down. I worked at a batting cage, and so
sick.
yeah, they closed down during the pandemic. So I
Wait,
didn't
it's
work.
outdoors. That makes no sense.
Yeah,
That's so dumb.
yeah, I don't know what was going on. And yeah, no, they're long, and now they've officially closed down like a year ago.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so so that stopped for me, and so I wasn't making anything at the moment, and so I was only spending stuff on baseball cards. And so when it came down to oh shit, I can't find baseball cards, I can't afford baseball cards, stuff like that. I just did
Right.
nothing, and I decided to start playing MLB the Show on the PlayStation. And I went live there on the PlayStation on YouTube, and I was thinking that was a couple months.
MLB the Show 20,
20,
I remember.
MLB the Show
Yeah.
20. And I was just streaming for like 2 months, 3 months, I think. And it slowly started to go ahead and get traction. And then I think I made my TikTok account. And then
That's where I learned of you actually. First, I was going through MLB the Show TikToks, Playful pops up. I find like the base running stuff, but then I think it was a TikTok of something stupid happening, obviously in the game because SDS has glitches and they happen all the time. And I think your reaction to it literally made me cry laughing so much while I was sitting in the toilet that my fiance had to come like ask about me, like, are you okay? Like, I'm a notorious like long shitter where I just sit on the toilet and I'm scrolling TikTok.
Yeah.
And my feed is a lot of baseball, golf, and Karens, and I love it. It's my favorite. But when you pop up, like, dude, like it's always like something funny, and I like that your content is meant to just keep people laughing and keep people like coming back. I think that's important.
Yeah, exactly.
With your thumbnails and stuff like that, I feel like the evolution of thumbnails has obviously grown. Did you always do your own thumbnails, or did okay.
Just recently I had someone start working on my thumbnails, but for before that I've been the guy doing it all.
Because I love the hat with the upside, or the helmet with the upside down glasses for MLB the Show streams.
Yep, that was one of my first looks on YouTube. I don't know why I did that. I even did that on stream. I was wearing it. I was like, this is the lucky helmet. I had my Oakleys upside down. And I was like,
it's rally time, baby. It's rally time all the time,
it was for rally times. It didn't work all the time, but I don't know. It was a cool little thing. I'm not gonna lie. I'm glad I'm not doing that right now. But, but that was something.
Well, everybody's got to have a gimmick. I feel like when they get started, and like that's a part of it. I mean, you got to learn to grow and learn, and that's totally a part of it. I will 100% be like, yeah, that's smart. But the best part is like your thumbnails grow with your channel. Like I can see like the progression of you being able to find the right groove with everything, and with YouTube and its algorithms, and like how different it was. I mean, I know you started with Road to the Show. Like, what brought you the most success early on?
If we're excluding what happened at the start for this year, TikTok really helped the YouTube channel grow in a way. I had a couple of videos blow up on there before this year, and that helped. Yeah, as I said, grow the channel a bit more. But I didn't grow it to the point where I don't think I was getting the numbers I wanted. But it was still like slowly growing it and stuff like that. And the YouTube videos, they were doing all right as what I thought when I first started out. And Instagram Reels helped out a bit too. But
yeah, I like the Instagram Reels too. I forgot to mention, like, I was not trying to go on Instagram. I may have like accidentally clicked and I hit a reel, because I was like, what is, like, it's a new feature or something. Like, I'm 29, I'm old, all right. Like, I don't go back to Instagram very often. Twitter, I know how to work Twitter right now.
Yeah.
All right, it works for me. But Instagram and its reels and shit, I was like, I don't know. But one of the first things that pops up is a reel of one of the similar TikToks where like you go nuts for something stupid happening in the game because STS made a boo boo, and it's just it's one of those things. So sorry to distract, but like, I mean, when you grow on those other platforms, I feel like bringing your audience in the past used to be kind of hard. I feel like now with TikTok, like you said, it's almost easier to kind of start there and bring everything else.
No, yeah, I can give you a bit of a bit of a start right there. Just mentioning your channel in the comment section, or just putting in the bio. I mean, you would think everybody who sees your video would hopefully click on your profile and do that, right? But that's not the case.
That's law of averages. It's almost impossible to get everybody over the fence.
Yep.
On that first try. Like, that's something I learned in marketing, that like you're never going to be able to get that person over the fence right away. They almost say like 80% of the time they're just going to say no, like automatically. If you try to get them to do anything, sell them something, get them to go somewhere, the call to action is just almost 80% destined to fail.
Yep. And that's something I'm trying to figure out, to go and get more of an audience to go and click on your profile. And stuff like that, and just see your other platforms you've got instead of just one. But at the end of the day, the one platform I want to grow to be the largest is YouTube. But right now, I think TikTok is probably my biggest platform.
Yeah, 200,000 subscribers there, or followers there, and then 50K on YouTube. I mean, I think it's powerful either way. Like you said, you can help try to translate that, but I mean, from transitioning those viewers, into your real life stuff, because I know that you played college baseball. I mean, you went to YouTube to transition out of that, so you're trying to grow that YouTube audience to make that a living.
Yep.
So what was that transition like?
Well, it was definitely tough, telling some of the guys that I played with last year that I wasn't coming back. But they knew that, I probably had a good future with YouTube, and that I should probably go ahead and follow that path. But for me, I mean, like my entire life, I've always wanted to go far in my career in baseball, and I never thought YouTube would ever become a thing until just recently. So it was definitely hard, but I knew that, there was an opportunity right now to go ahead and do YouTube, and I was like, all right, let's just full on do it. I mean, I can always play a Sunday league.
Yeah, hell yeah. Like you just dominate some Sunday men's league.
Yeah.
Is that KevBrado? Is that KevBrado, bro? Like, holy shit,
I got a lot of that when we played last year. I mean, I didn't play a whole lot. I was the backup catcher.
Okay.
But I got a whole lot of what do you call, like, yo, are you KevBrado? I was like, stuff like that.
That's awesome. I mean, being recognized has got to feel good either way.
In the pinned tweet I have on my Twitter of one of my hits, I got another hit in that game, and my dad has a video, and right before the pitch was thrown, right before I got the base hit, someone heckled in the dugout on the other team.
What?
Like, post that on TikTok or something like that.
Bro,
post a strikeout on TikTok. They wrote the single right center.
Dude, you could send that to ESPN right now if you're a prospect right now. I don't know if you've seen some of these. Like, some of the top prospects are getting chirped at every one of their games. Dude hits a home run, and then all of a sudden you're on ESPN. It's the best. It's so good. God, I love humble pie, man. When people eat their words, it's so good.
Exactly.
Well, with transitioning out of that, I mean, you feel comfortable right now, right?
Right now I feel comfortable. Yeah, I know. Right now I feel good. I think it was. I'm gonna say it was a good choice. Because it definitely would have been stressful to go ahead and handle both things.
I was gonna say, like, handling two things at once, handling a baseball career. I'm sure Trevor May has got his time like down to a T, but it's got to be a science at that point. You got to have nothing else going for you. So I mean, but it also gives you probably a lot more time to focus on what you like with creating, and that's going to help you grow overall, in my opinion.
Yeah. And there's still a lot for me to learn. I mean, I'm still young in this. I'm still very new. There's still a lot of stuff I don't know yet. I'm still figuring out, how the algorithm works and stuff like that.
Dude, oh God.
and stuff like that. So there's still a lot more to learn.
Well, I can't imagine like a more perfect time to get into YouTube, like right after the pandemic. Like that was smart. I will say, like
Mm-hmm.
you picked a great time. I mean, I want you to know, so in my job, like I see people every day with all different types of jobs. I'm opening bank accounts for people. That's
Mm-hmm.
my job, is to learn about you, what you do.
Yeah.
Well, let's just this YouTuber came in. She does tarot card readings, and
Huh.
she showed me some analytics, and I was like, wait a second. Somebody who just does your astrological sign reading every day can make a living at home during the pandemic. That is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about personality, it's about building rapport, and it's also building relationships with your customers, but with the people who are watching.
Yep.
So
Exactly.
she would do live readings too. So she did have customers. It was kind of cool. She could be like, "Oh, here's your sign. Like this is happening in your life. Like this is what's going on." But in the YouTube sphere, like it's almost like you can be yourself and still grow. You can still do the things you want to do.
Yep. If there's an audience out there that can relate to you, then that's that. Then there you go. That's it. I mean, if they enjoy watching your videos and they've got something that they can that them themselves can share with you, stuff like that. And there you go. You've built yourself a pretty good viewership right there.
I feel like that's why I'm here. Like it's just because
Yeah.
like I vibe with what you do, and I want to talk to cool people, and that's the whole point of my podcast. Is just
Yep.
going to be to talk to people that I think are interesting, who have cool stories, that want to talk about things I'm interested in. And the
Mhm.
best part is that I don't know. I'm going to be like I said, informal, and just put it like a little bit on like, talking about things that we want to talk about. But
Mhm.
I mean, the world is new now, so like you can't say it's as straightforward. Like when I was growing up watching YouTube, like there wasn't a way to like make a living unless you had, let's say, like a big company behind you, like Machinima or like something like that. Nowadays, I mean, even like video games in general, tournaments are different, payouts are different. Like the YouTube sphere is completely
No,
changed.
it's a lot different. It's a lot different. Yeah.
So I mean, you're going to be able to grow and adapt with it. So like, what do you expect? I mean, what are your goals? I guess what would you say you want to do going forward with YouTube?
Continue to grow the community we've built. And just see where, what do you call it, the game goes, because basically, well, with the content focusing on MLB the Show, it's what do you call it, based around MLB the Show, right?
Yeah, we're kind
So
of a slave at that moment, aren't we?
yeah. So not only that, but my goal is to also go ahead and build up my second channel and see if I can get something started on there.
Yeah,
Because I
Kev
don't want
plays,
to
by the
just
way,
be
people.
yeah.
Kev plays, by the way.
Yeah, Kev Plays. That's my second channel. Just playing some other games. I've recently played Outlast, a pretty scary game.
I can't believe you did that, by the way. That's fucking.
It was an unfortunate ending to that game. It kind of.
Just get. I mean, spoiler alert. If you haven't played the game already, the game's old, but you get shot. You just die.
Yeah.
You're dead.
Oh my God. I was like, I went through all of that just to go ahead and have that happen. And I was like, what? I was like happy that the game was about to end, because I was like, I need this game to like stop, dude. Like I was getting chills on my spine. What do you call it? My neck was started to go ahead and heat up. I was like, someone breathing on my neck with this
too.
Yeah. Dude, like my heart was beating like that,
You should have had a heart monitor. Like, where was the heart monitor for that stream, dude?
I don't know. And I'm gonna play Whistleblower, and I heard that game's even more scary.
I played Outlast 2, and I posted the video of me just quitting the game. It's on my YouTube channel. I literally I'm like, fuck this, dude. Like, this is so fucking scary. Like, I was playing it at night, just like you were, and like lights off, and I'm like, this is so stupid. And like, why am I doing this to myself? Like, that is like, you're asking for danger. You're asking for a heart attack.
Exactly.
Like, I was in college at the time, I think, too. So like, I had recently got like a physical done. I tried out for the golf team for the university I went to. And he's like, you got high blood pressure, bro. Like, no shit. I'm a stressed out college student who just played Outlast last night. Leave me the fuck alone. Like, I'm sorry that I'm stressed, bro.
That's hilarious.
I didn't make the team, unfortunately. There's a lot of good golfers in the world, but it was a fun experience. I play amateur golf now, and it's it's a life-changing experience when you're able to still play sports and
Yeah.
have some fun. My cat is going nuts right now. I don't know if you can hear him.
Yeah, no, I can't hear him.
It's just funny because we just moved, so life thing for me. My fiance's car was stolen last week.
What?
Yeah, so I know San Francisco has like you live in San Francisco. You're a San Francisco native.
Yeah.
You know cars get broken into all the time, right?
Yep.
So at my apartment complex, we are like basically kitty corner, smack dab next to the ghettoest Walmart in our state. And in the middle of the night, somebody broke into my fiance's car and took it away. Made themselves at home. Well, when I woke up that next morning, I woke up to a fever dream of my fiance. Oh, my car's gone. Like,
what?
I'm waking up, right? They find the car an hour and a half later in Minneapolis.
What?
They had to impound it because the ignition was broken and the back window was broken. There was somebody else's blanket in there. There was stickers posted up on all of the dash. The best part about this, karma works in mysterious ways. My fiance is a preschool teacher, and she does little girls' birthday parties on the weekends. She gives them a spa day. If karma's gonna come for anybody, it's not coming for her. It's definitely not. She, the car, I had to take the battery out to charge it and put it back in. It reset the computer, and there's an error on the odometer. She couldn't get the car out of park. It was locked. So you had to press the shift lock release to get it out of there. They must have yanked it out of there to get it into park, or they got lucky or something, because they got it out of park one time, but they couldn't get it out of park the second time because they didn't know where the button was. So you broke into the wrong car. Whoever stole my fiance's car, you broke into an already broken car. Yeah. So congratulations. Yeah. But they found it. I mean, it's insurance at that point. So in the end of the day, it's like you gotta be careful about leaving your stuff in your car. You gotta watch where you live. But
exactly,
when people want something, they're just gonna take it. There's nothing you can do about it. It's not personal.
Yep. No, it's very frequent here in the Bay Area. You leave a backpack open in your back seat, and you don't cover that up, someone's gonna break in your car. 100%. That's why if you're not gonna leave it in your trunk, you better cover it up in your car.
Yeah, I've heard that about the Bay Area, and there's a few cities I've been warned about, where stuff is getting stolen, and my cousins live in 3 of those cities. I have my uncle lives in Chicago. The other cousin lives in Detroit. The other one's in St. Louis. They're in the murder capitals of the world right now. It's fucking, what is going on in this world right now, Kevin?
Yeah, no.
God,
it is. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's oh my God.
Well, hey, on a lighter note, I wanted to say that I want to thank you first and foremost for being here, because you've been one of my favorite creators for the past year and a half. Watching you from 2K, or not 2K, sorry, MLB the Show 21. 2K just came out, so I can't say that I'm not thinking about it. I was. Yeah,
no, I'm thinking about 2K too. I'm thinking about trying that.
Do you play 2K?
The last time I played 2K, my first 2K was 2K14 when I went first to next gen Xbox One.
Yep.
And I was like, whoa. And so I played a lot of my career on that. And then I think I played my first online 2K17.
Okay. All right.
I was just dominating my career on rookie. And I was just dropping 200 each game. I was like, all right, this is getting kind of boring. So I tried that out. And I heard 2K23 is pretty good. So I mean, I have a couple buds that play it, and I just play it for fun. Maybe make a
video. And you're on PS5?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Because I heard you say Xbox, but you transitioned over to I feel like that transition from Xbox 360 to PlayStation 3, was it? Or no, PlayStation 4. Yeah, that's right. PlayStation 4. That was the transition most people kept up with. I can't find a PlayStation 5 in my area, so I'm stuck with this Xbox right now. So
the reason why I got a PlayStation, because MLB the Show wasn't available.
Oh, that's
Xbox
right.
Early on, so I was watching Bobby Crosby's Dodger films, Road to the Show.
Dude, Dodger films, bro. Oh my God, callback.
Absolutely,
that is so sick. Dude, the fact that they stopped him from doing what he wanted to do, that is bullshit.
I know, and he was growing the game of baseball. Everybody was watching those videos, and they just said, no, you can't do that anymore. I was like, what?
That's insane to me.
Because the game of baseball right there.
Exactly. You're bringing in fans from a whole nother market, and then guess what they did a year later? They started streaming their fucking games on YouTube.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing.
They wanted the idea. That's what most. I mean, I've learned that most people want the idea. They wanted it to be it was my idea. Thank you. I appreciate that. I get it because they want to make the money and seem like it all came from us. But in reality, like we've been like the creators like you, smaller people have been growing this YouTube sphere for these big companies to thrive on.
Yeah. Yeah.
They owe you a big check, brother. Same thing with Dodger Films and all this other.
Oh no, I love Bobby. He's my inspiration of what he called playing MLB the Show. He actually stopped by my last MLB the Show 20 stream.
Oh hell
and
yes.
We played a game against each other. That was a pretty cool moment.
Hell yeah. So what are Double Trouble? I love this is my favorite series on YouTube right now because well, one, my stadium's getting featured, but at the same time, it's wild, it's fun, it's got drama, and I think that's what I like about sports and then also YouTube channels. If the YouTuber is good at what they do, which I think you are, the game itself creates its own drama if you just play the game.
Yeah.
And I think the way you have Double Trouble set up, and I like your inspirations, MMG and the rest of the guys that kind of created that similar style. I think that's where I see you having like the most like fun. I've in my opinion.
No, like creation of Double Trouble was what do you call it? Pretty interesting. I mean, right before Double Trouble, I was doing debuts of cards, and so. I was doing that on my main account. Right now, Double Trouble's on a whole nother account. But the thing with the debuts is that I don't have collections done and all that. And when a new card comes out, and it's like what 500k stubs. So I don't have the stubs and money to go ahead and drop 200 on the same day.
It's like Cougs has an unlimited amount of money. I don't understand.
No, those are the big creators. Those guys get a whole bunch of views, and that's my goal is to go ahead and hopefully get on their level or bigger.
Well, I had a YouTube video for when you get big. All right, spend $150, but then also do a short guy squad. Like I got some ideas. Like, well, it's just YouTube with MLB the Show could be so much better though. And
No, I think about it every day. Like, what's the next big thing?
Right.
And everybody says they love Double Trouble, and I think Double Trouble can go to another level. I think this series is, I don't know, I'm not gonna lie, I think it's the best MLB the Show series out there right now.
I would agree because when you have suspense, when you have like the building, I like the Tim Lincecum, like the challenges to get him back in there is always fun because you can always kind of tweak them and kind of help make it a little harder so that the YouTube chat's not flaming you for this like, oh yeah, you just wanted Tim Lincecum back. It's like, yeah, well,
and what do you call it?
Don't you?
Yeah, no, exactly.
What? But don't you want Tim Lincecum?
I know, right? But I like there being a punishment at the end of the season. Nothing too bland. I mean, the goal is to make World Series, something that I've only done twice early on last year, but I haven't done lately. It seems to be impossible to literally do it, but we're so close. We're just literally 200 points away from World Series. And so, just hopefully to avoid punishment, but just adding something like that, for the viewers to go ahead and, look forward to. They want to see me get punished. They want to see me get a haircut or whatever, put a Dodgers jersey on, go to a Giants game with a Dodgers jersey. I've got the jerseys. I got all that. They're all ready, but, the hope is to not do that.
Yeah, but why did they want the bowl cut so bad? Like, that's just that was so mean. That was so mean. The funny fantasy football team punishments you hear about, like my brother's fantasy football group, the guy who takes last has to take the SAT drunk. He has to go in with a bunch of high school students as a grown man and take an SAT drunk and high as possible. It sounds like hell. Well, it just sounds like it sounds like the worst pain in the world. But
that's torture.
Yeah, and I would love to see I wouldn't say put that on your wheel, But in spirit, something similar, I guess. I don't know.
Oh yeah, no,
Just
that's
to keep it fresh, because well, you already have so. I mean, you have so much on that wheel
mhm.
for the packs and stuff like that. I mean, it must have taken you a while to get all those packs all loaded up
Yeah, no,
too.
yep. Because the when we started the account, I mean, it started from scratch, and it was just grinding programs, the BR program, all that, and just getting all that set, and just having the urge to not touch a pack and having to wait, or what do you call it, to do an episode.
You have 495 packs last time I saw for the
Yep,
common packs.
yep,
Like
and then
that's
like 40 plus ball and habit packs,
holy shit.
and a whole bunch of those set packs had a whole bunch of headliners,
And you just
and
can't touch them because
can't
guess
touch
what?
them.
You didn't get the wheel. Sorry.
I'll do a massive
You're
pack opening at the end of the year.
oh, that'll
That'll
be
probably
that.
be have to
That's
be the
gonna be a good YouTube video. That
yeah.
would be a perfect YouTube video. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Like these are the unopened packs. Look at all the look at all the potential we had.
hmm
It's like first pack is like I'd say the live series cards aren't even good anymore. I can't even say
Nope.
like live series Mike Trout.
No. Live series Mike Trout. He's still reliable in some ways. If you're in the lower ratings.
Yeah.
But right
Well,
now with all the new cards, I mean, live series cards are they're only in for the marketplace investments for you to make stubs. I guess.
I did win 2 games at Division Series with live series players only
Ooh.
in the last season. So I will say it's possible. And it was when they were supercharged Trey Turner. So Trey Turner was fucking
Oh
raking.
man, I love
And
that
then when but my best player on my team, and he's a live series player, he's got the best stats on my team.
Mhm.
And I don't know if anybody has better stats with him than me. It's Brandon Lau, the second
Brandon Lau's
baseman for the
nice.
Tampa. Dude, his live series card, I'm batting like 546. I have like in like 20 games played, I have like 46 homers.
Jeez.
Like the dude fucking rakes. His swing is so good. Like he hits the ball opposite field. Like he's got great pull power. Like dude's just a good player. And then they give him a mate, or was it? They give him a monthly card. And then his monthly card is juice as well. I'm like, dude,
Mhm.
they just love my favorite players right now.
Yep. No, he's a good player to use in this game.
The
Got a
monthly
good team.
the monthly programs have been really good this year. I want to say like the monthly programs in 21, I was a little late to. I didn't
Yeah.
get into them very much until the end because there were so many good cards off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
But this year, I made a no money spent account, and I've lived pretty much entirely on Tops Now cards and monthly cards.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I think I'm like 22 and 4.
Oh.
With a no money spent account with just Tops Now players. Like Taylor Walls is hitting like 450 for me. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
so
No, I've
you
got
can
to
live
say
with those cards.
this year's like even the one that just came out with Mookie Betts. I've got to say
Yeah.
like the grind for that wasn't so stressful as the previous ones for me, and I haven't used the Mookie Betts just yet. Um, but I've got to say that this month's Player of the Month program is probably my favorite.
I guess we are kind of dating this podcast. I don't know how quickly my turnaround is. We'll see. But I mean, it is on the day after they release Mookie Betts in the monthly program. I mean, you're right. The Austin Riley program was a little more intensive. I felt like the Yordan Alvarez one was a fucking like I wanted to pull my teeth out with my fingers.
Yep. Yeah. The first two were kind of stressful. I think the first one was Rizzo. Or
Oh, the Rizzo one was actually my favorite one. Rizzo is, even though he's on my bench right now, like up until like I had a better first baseman with like David Ortiz or Justin Morneau, like he was one of those players, or Michael Tolia. Michael Tolia is actually one of my best. The switch hitting first baseman, like if I did an only switch hitting lineup, which I do often, like Michael Tolia makes that lineup every time.
yeah.
But,
He
yeah,
was
first-
he was my first baseman in season 2 of Double Trouble.
And that was
it's
that's such a good season too. That's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah. His swing was just, it took a bit for me to go and get used to.
It's a little
Like,
slower
power.
with his height. I think his height does. I wonder if how much it affects their
It
swing.
does. It does affect. I typically like using guys who are a little shorter. I mean, O'Neal Cruz is pretty tall, and I've gotten used to his swing. It's just that with taller players, I feel like, what do you call it? Anything high and in can kind of be hard to
Oh,
hit.
it's impossible to see half the time, even on freaking strike zone high, or even if
Yeah.
you're on like the closest strike zone one, high and inside with tall players. Just like the screen isn't big enough
Yeah.
to kind of give you the room. So, but SDS, I'm not fucking playing on fisheye. Quit giving me that as a default.
Yeah.
What the
Yeah.
kind of bullshit is that? I swear this is the best camera view of all time. I don't know anybody who's saying that.
No. If you're using fisheye, you better be using directional, or I don't know. That's what I used.
Or they are like 2 inches from their screen.
Exactly.
I like they're freaking Fear Itself from Halo. Sorry, I'm dating myself some more. Like, dude, I'm old. I freaking played on the Halo 2 free for all circuit. So like for me, I'm almost 30, bro. Like,
yeah.
Don't tell anybody.
Yeah.
I guess I am gonna be posting a public podcast. Maybe I shouldn't. I could cut that out, I guess.
I don't think there's a limit for any age to do a podcast.
No, that's true. Joe Rogan is making billions of dollars on Spotify. I think we'll be okay.
Yeah.
I think I'll be fine.
Yeah.
No, but like gaming wise, like gamer YouTubers that I grew up watching, like CNanners, that dude was like in his 30s by the time I was in my 20s. So yeah, he was making millions of dollars on YouTube and in his 30s playing video games. So take that, mom.
Yeah.
No, my mom wants me to do what makes me happy. I feel like that's the hardest thing for anybody is like a YouTuber with parents that like supports them is like almost like an oxymoron now. So like, how does your family feel about it? I mean, they gotta be supportive once they see.
They're in full support of it. Just sometimes I think to myself that is the YouTube, what do you call it, doing enough to go ahead and support them back in the future or something like that. Stuff like
I like
that
you're thinking ahead though, because that's impressive for somebody young to be like, hey, I want to give back to the people that support me.
And so I'm always thinking about like, that's why I'm always thinking about like, how can I do better? Because doing better would grow the community and all that, and just grow yourself, and you're just going into a, what do you call, a whole nother level of your content and stuff like that. And that's something I always think about, and that can go ahead and help out people, as you said, help me build my build my stuff.
Oh, we're in this. I mean, everybody should be in the community. Should be in it together. I mean, I think of all the communities I'm a part of, all the YouTubers I watch, the Twitch streamers. I think when their success came like the quickest is when, you're right, like when they're trying to build, they're trying to think introspectively, trying to grow themselves, but then also grow with each other.
Yeah.
Like, I liked that the All-Star break, they had all the MLB the Show YouTubers got together. That's something that they're trying to grow the community, right?
Yeah, I still have yet to meet a lot of the guys in the community. I've only met a couple and talked to a couple. But hopefully in the near future, I get a chance to go and talk to everybody and get to know them.
Dude, I think that's the coolest part. Like, most of the guys are super chill. They seem like they're down to earth guys that really just love the game of baseball and want to help grow that community. That is guys who grew up maybe even just playing baseball, at a high level or not. Like, I think of the Cougs, like AJ mainly, like a guy who, like, unfortunately isn't able to play baseball but loves the game so much, and he's grown our sport, the sport that we all love, a lot.
Yep.
And that's something that you can't take away from him. AJ is the freaking man. Like, that dude knows how to make people stay and watch, and that's something that, like you said, you want to grow the game, man.
Yeah, yep, that's the end goal. It's to what do you call it? Get this game to more people, and just stick it with them.
I think it starts from, I mean, even like Little League and stuff like that. My brother and his boss, a guy who I graduated with, have it's called Complete Athlete Training here in Minnesota. They support little leaguers. They support guys up into high school, help them train and get better at baseball, and they have their own teams as well. So like they're trying to start that early. We're trying to give them that same type of care and training that we got, because me and my brother got to learn from major leaguers. We got to learn from guys like Mike Kingery and Joe Boyce, guys who played next to Hall of Famers. Like Mike Kingery played next to fucking Larry Walker. are you kidding me? Like
Wow.
one of the greatest outfielders of all time, and I'm learning
Yeah.
from a guy who got to play next to him. Like like anybody who's a good sponge is going to sit there and learn from a Hall of Fame outfielder. So that to me is like invaluable. Like if you can spread the love, baby.
Yep, you're right.
I'm glad that you're planning that, because like if at the end of the day, if YouTube doesn't work out, I feel like your stamp on the MLB the Show landscape is still there. Like Double Trouble is always going to be there. Your personality is going to remain. I feel like with your growth potential, like dude, like the sky's the limit. So like again, thank you for showing up today. I when I shot you that message, it was a shot in the dark. I was hoping to God I got lucky.
I respond to everybody who sends me a message. I still have a lot more to catch up on Instagram, but if you shoot me a message on Twitter, I'm gonna respond.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe as you get bigger, maybe that might have to. It might become more and more sporadic. I mean, you can do your best. I mean,
yeah, no, I can do my best. Yeah, I'll still put the effort to go and respond to a DM.
I'm sure the biggest YouTubers in the world could be like, yeah, I'd love to respond to everybody, but it's like once you get bigger, it's almost impossible. So
yeah.
Well, with that, speaking of getting bigger, like when you title YouTube videos, when I don't know if you've noticed this, the biggest YouTubers in the world can like just title their video whatever the fuck they want, and like it'll get good views. Like, but like these smaller YouTubers have to kind of like put the game in there, kind of put the goal of or like something clickbaity a little bit more.
Yeah.
Whereas like, I don't know, like Ninja can literally post a video of like my final moments, and it could be about fucking anything.
Yeah. So for what I do, I try not to go ahead and clickbait. I don't think I've clickbaited anything of mine.
I wouldn't say since I've been a fan, no. But
so
in the past, I don't know.
When I try to what do you call it? Think of a title. It's got to be about the video, of course, right? So for Double Trouble, like the one where I was replaying home runs against my opponent, I was playing pretty toxic. It was,
yeah.
I will do anything to win. Exactly, like I'll do anything to win. So it's got to relay on what the video is about. And when it comes down to debuts, for my thought process, I got to go ahead and think of something that's different than what the other guys have thought of. Try not to go ahead and write the same title as them. So, and it's kind of hard at times to go and do that, but it's pretty easy if you're the first one to upload. But I'm typically, not the first one to upload.
Quality matters, don't you think?
Oh, quality does matter. Yep. Yeah. In the thumbnail, the title, and of course the video. I always talk about this. The energy you put in your thumbnail and the quality of the thumbnail has to relay quality of the video.
That's a good point. That's something that I think maybe a lot of YouTubers maybe miss the point on, and maybe that's where people get a little clickbaity, because they pour a lot of time into the video and then they forget that like the thumbnail, or maybe vice versa, the thumbnail has to match what the video is saying. That's a good point.
Get traction on your video, the person's got to click on your video, right? So they look at your thumbnail like, oh, this is pretty interesting, and if your video doesn't relate to what the thumbnail shows, then it's kind of disappointing, and the person won't come back to your videos. So
it's like what you get those analytics, like, right, how many, 1 out of 10, how good was your video in your last 10 videos?
Let me check.
It's always like one of those things that you're like, I want to always better myself. Like that's a metric that YouTube created themselves, that it's like an athlete mindset.
Yeah. No, that's what the goal is every single time, is to go ahead and get a high ranking on your video. And it won't always be like that. Sometimes you'll have a video that just didn't do well. You might have thought, it should have been a pretty good video or something like that, but maybe it didn't. But
you mean my whole YouTube channel? I definitely didn't put in as much effort as I should have into a YouTube channel. If I wanted to get serious, let's be real. I'm not gonna say I'm a good YouTuber, but you're right. Like effort speaks for itself. Like it's very valuable to look at like the most popular YouTubers, like you said. I mean, like Mr. Beast, like if you listen to like stuff he talks about with how he handles YouTube, you can't help but get motivated, because like the guy wants every video that he creates to be better than the last, and he's willing to spend millions of dollars to have that even fail and not post the video, because he cares so much about quality.
Yeah. And that's what the main focus should be, quality over quantity. But I try my best to go ahead and upload every day and just try to keep that consistent. What do you call it?
Well, consistency is key too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, what do you call it? Putting out the best quality video I can put out. And I think I'm so far doing a good job of that. Some days I won't feel my best at recording, or I just won't have the energy. But I still find a way at times to go ahead and turn that negative energy into a good quality video.
Well, that's a good thing to mention, because like YouTube is a job, and just like anything else, you're gonna have ebbs and flows where you're feeling good, you're feeling bad. Like, what mentally, like, I mean, obviously you want to like show that good energy on YouTube, because that's a part of a good YouTube video, is like creating an atmosphere where people are gonna like vibe with the video. But you also want to be true to yourself. So like, what strategies do you have to like kind of get around that, like kind of get over that, maybe that fear of like coming off as like begrudging or like being an asshole, or if somebody really thinks that?
Just like if feeling tired and burned out, right?
Right. Like, because after a while of doing like the same thing over and over again, anybody's gonna get tired. I don't care who you are.
So if it is that bad, then I'll have to miss a day, and then I'm just gonna have to go ahead and just take that day to myself, because that's at times, after recording or such, I'll have a huge headache or something like that, and sometimes that headache will last maybe a day or two. And when I need to get a video out and the headache's going on during the video, I just gotta go ahead and suck up, and stick with it. But I try not to go and show that I'm dealing with a massive headache in the video. But I guess it's just what do you call it? Telling yourself that you want to be a YouTuber, right? You want to go ahead and put out the best content you can put out. So you got to go ahead and just do it. Just do it.
You gotta suck it up, baby. You gotta spit on it and rub it and get to work. Because like, I don't know, there's a lot of jobs out there that are probably a lot harder and a lot more rigorous. And if you put your life in perspective in any way possible, like that's going to make you realize that YouTube is a very good job to have, and working hard at it is rewarding.
No, if you're passionate for like what I've also said is that the reason why I keep on going on every day was not only the the support I get every day, is just because I want to do this. And so if I didn't have the urge to do this, then I wouldn't be putting the effort I'm putting in right now. And I would say, the urge to go and do this every day is what helps me, just to record it every day, even if with a headache or even feeling tired, I still have that motivation to go ahead and do better. You want to be the best, man.
Yeah. You want to be the best, I assume. I feel like anybody who wants to get good on YouTube is like, all right, well, the bar has already been set. Everyone knows the bar, but like, how do you got to set your own bars. Like, how do you better yourself every day? And that's that YouTube metric, 1 out of 10 or whatever that they're going for.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome, right, dude. I feel like YouTube is going to be, I mean, they grow and they change. They removing the dislike bar and stuff like that. Like that's all, like, I think window wash of like the nuts and bolts of the YouTube channels that we don't get to see, because as a viewer you don't get to see the analytics of a popular YouTuber very often, if at all.
No, you're gonna have to go on another website for that, to go and look at their stuff.
And even then, how accurate is it?
It's so if you know about Social Blade.
Well, yeah, Social Blade.
Yeah, that's pretty a well-known website. It's fairly somewhat accurate at times when it comes down to showing people's revenue or their what do you call it, view analytics and stuff like that.
Right.
But it's not on the point at times.
I feel like, yeah, that they can't get every number correct. There's absolutely no way, unless they have your actual analytics like account, like, to see exactly what you're getting, and that's personal to you. That's a personal thing that's inside one YouTube channel that, unless you have a manager, you're the only one that sees. So yeah. I think, and I'm not asking. I like seeing or understanding what people think about the analytics, because it's always personal. It's always going to be like, even in your YouTube channels, like, everybody's going to have different analytics. You're not going to see the same trends that are, I mean, YouTube is, but you as a person are not going to see the same trends.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't know. You can use it with a grain of salt, but paying attention to your coworkers or your fellow YouTubers, if you could call them, if you can call a fellow YouTuber that, paying attention to what they do. I mean, you're right. Like you said, you're trying to be first to the punch, but quality matters. So.
Yeah, you're right. And, just seeing, I think everybody does that, just in general. And every YouTuber, they see what other YouTubers are doing, seeing what they're doing, and at times they'll go ahead and maybe take an idea from them or two, and just build off that and make it to their own thing. But everybody kind of builds off each other, I would say.
Right.
And there's the a few that are straight up original and stuff like that. But a lot of successful YouTubers, they've built off, some ideas from other YouTubers and stuff like that. And I think that's just in general with everything.
I feel like the early days of like the 2K YouTubers, like Chris Smoove, were like, he created that whole personality around like the auto tune and everything. Like that created that gimmick early. And I shouldn't even say gimmick. That's not even that. It's like the thing that made them who they are, like their uniqueness with how they saw the game. Like it was cool to see how they told their story within their My Player or whatever. Like early on, like we were more commentary YouTubers. They were more like long-winded. Like our attention spans have definitely gotten smaller. Like the more cuts that you've had to put in, and that's more work. Like that's more editing. That's more time put into the YouTube video itself, because you do have to think of it more of a production now than in the past.
Yeah, I know it's definitely a process when editing videos and stuff like that. And for like me, my editor, it'll take time to go ahead and edit videos, and that's why sometimes videos will come out a little later than usual. But I as I always tell him, like, if the video needs to go and need another extra hour of work, and put the extra hour of work, I want the video to look as best as possible.
Right. And I'm sure you guys are in a call probably.
No, we're always communicating. We're always talking every day.
Yeah. Like you gotta communicate with what your image is, because I've always said this about like some of the best producers and YouTubers is like there's a team. Like there's never one person, and if it is, like they're doing so much that they need somebody else to help. Like they should already have some help, because the level of production that is worth it nowadays on YouTube, especially if you want to get noticed, you need help. You need people who are going to know other trends that maybe you haven't been exposed to, so that the meme sounds that maybe you haven't heard, and they're like, oh, I didn't even know about that. That's a funny sound to add to the video. Like those are little things that having another person to bounce ideas off of is important for.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. You're right.
I imagine that the voice chat or the group chat that you have is probably just filled with just like, you think this will work, or like.
Oh no, exactly. No, I'm bouncing off ideas off him, and he's telling me like, would you rather want this or that in the video? And so no, it's always what do you call it, ideas going back and forth and seeing what works best. And
I feel like
when I send
meme
videos to him,
trends too.
Yeah, no, exactly. I'll send notes to him of what I think, and then I'll say like, hey, if you have any ideas yourself to go ahead and add in, then go ahead. I think it'll look great.
Does he surprise you sometimes?
Funny?
Yeah. That's what I was waiting for.
There's at times where I'm like, oh, I didn't even expect you to put this in here. This is perfect.
That's what I'm saying. Like I was waiting for you just to be like, yeah, he put that one thing in. I wasn't expecting it.
Yep.
I imagine there's tales of that all over the place.
And even like the smallest detail, like I think music choice is very important when it comes to YouTube videos.
1,000%. 1,000%.
When cutting them off, when introducing them and stuff like that, I love that small attention to detail. And so it's just stuff like that just really makes a YouTube video a lot better.
I'm getting my boss. Oh yeah, it's Employee Appreciation Week next week. Kev, do you get that at YouTube?
No, you just get a monthly what do you call it, analytic newspaper that just tells you how you did. That's all you get.
Is it a physical newspaper?
It's through email.
Okay, I was gonna say if they're still doing newspaper, I'd be like, I worked at a newspaper. Like, I'm old, all right. Like, can we not continue this like archaic medium? We don't need it anymore.
They're just like, here's your stuff, how you did this month, great job, and that's it.
Pat on the back, goodbye. It's a computer that sends you that, though.
Yep.
That's sad. I would want a manager to reach out to me.
Yeah, no, I've never got anything straight from, I don't think, YouTube rep or anything like that.
Well, all right. I'm going to fight for your right as a YouTuber. I'm going to put up an employee appreciation week for YouTubers, all right? I'm going to call for it. I'm going to start setting that shit up because you guys deserve it. You guys deserve it.
I like that.
Dude, it's a profession that like is praised for, but then like I feel like the support for is like lacking, in my opinion. Like you guys don't get benefits or anything like that. YouTube definitely doesn't offer anything like that for you guys. Like there's no like do they even drive you in the right direction for healthcare? Like do they have options for creators?
No.
I don't think so. Like when I look at my creator hub, I don't see anything that like is pointing me in like a direction towards like health benefits or even where to get information regarding that stuff.
No, I don't see anything when I go in my analytics and look at that.
That's crazy because you're an employee of YouTube. I mean, you're a freelance employee, but at the same time, you're using their platform. You would think that they would want to help you out, but maybe that's something that they're working on. Who knows?
Yeah, or maybe that's something that they only do for the big creators. So I don't know.
I mean, I feel like the interface should stay the same regardless of what type of YouTuber you are. But again, we don't know. I think that's par for the course in any business you work for. I know my systems at the bank I work for are different than the credit card services we have. I know that for a fact. So like, I don't know. That's one of those things where like, I hope it's not different. I hope there's not a discrepancy.
Yeah.
It just makes you feel bad if there is, because like, why am I getting treated differently when I'm doing the same thing, just smaller scale?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. That's like mom and pop shops with a Chipotle right next to them. They're like, son of a bitch. Chipotle, you fuckers. Oh, well. Took out my headphones. He's a menace to society. I swear to God, that cat.
Is that the
That was Pepper. He was
Pepper.
No, he loves to jump around. He loves to he loves cords. He loves toys. So
yeah,
this new place we just moved into, he didn't have his toys for the first couple days, so he was very anxious kitty. He just loves to play. This little guy. He'll forever be the mascot.
That's pretty.
He started out brown with black stripes, and now he's just all black.
Huh.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's the same thing what happened with one of my dogs. She was all brown fur, and now she's all black and I think it's like dark brown.
I love animals. They're so cute, but when they step on your nuts, it's a whole other story.
Oh yeah, that's the worst.
Yeah, that's the worst, especially with this cat, because he has no boundaries. He doesn't care. He doesn't know about nuts because he doesn't have any. So it's just like, oh God, mine. I think
backwards. I don't know why it does that.
No, it's fine for me. I see it fine.
So I'm at a 721. I think I'm about 4-ish games away from championship series, and then the ratings only get lower when you win games. So then I don't know, unless everything goes well, I've got to be maybe 5, 6 away from World Series.
Okay. Yeah.
And the season ends in 9 days.
Yeah, we got
so if I can do some rage quits. I can man. And then the difficulties already changed at Division Series, so you're on Legend right now, right? Hall of Fame.
Or Hall of Fame.
I think it gets to Legend when you get to World Series. But I'm gonna hold my bar down to below 900.
I didn't know about that trick until my brother told me about it. My brother made World Series last season, by the way. My brother's a fucking god at this game. Like, he's the reason I'm into MLB the Show. And my brother Mason, he's pretty goated on the sticks when it comes to MLB the Show, but he definitely has the same type of gripes that you and I have when it comes to but I'm not even nearly as good as him. So when he's telling me about certain mechanics of the game, he seems to have insight as like such a good player to things that I didn't even know about. Like I didn't know about like the anchoring of like the PCI until he told me about it. I was like, damn, like you can hold it up and in. Like I was like, what the fuck? Like
I don't use that too much. I'm a little. It's just I just started down the middle and I just moved my PCI around.
Yeah.
But that is a pretty good feature they did add.
My brother's like, I hold high and in. I don't do the anchor anymore, but he holds high and in so that he can go lower into the zone because he thinks that's easier. So like if it's a high and in fastball, he's always ready for that, and then anything else, he's already got his foot down for in his mind.
Hold it in there. I just can't seem to go ahead and stop dropping my PCI when it comes down the middle.
Same. So like for me, it's like, do I just float it a little lower on purpose and then just maybe? Do you use Control Freak on your?
I don't. I used to, but then I took it off. Well, the story is I lost it. I don't know where it went. So then I had to.
You destroyed a few controllers or two, you know. I can't say I haven't, so I'm not gonna.
So, but I've gotten used to. I mean, it's. I think I've been hitting better without the Control Freak.
You think so?
I think so. I get more feel of the L stick than with the Control Freak. It just. I don't know. Know. It used to be the other way around. I just didn't feel good using the L stick.
I have a higher one and then like a low rise one. And I tried the high res on the left stick.
Yeah.
And I felt like I had a lot of like precision, but I couldn't get to like the edges quick enough.
Yeah, no, I used the low stick Control Freak. The higher one was a little too much.
Yeah, so I actually use it for pinpoint pitching. Like I actually find that I can dot like way smoother. Like for some reason when my stick, when it's not there, like it tends to like go to the middle and just stop. Like it doesn't follow through all the way to the bottom. Unless I have the Control Freak on. Like for some dumb reason, it like never finishes the pitch. Like it always stops right at like I let go of it or something. And I'm like, that's so stupid. Like, yeah, I don't know. I've worn out this controller because I was a professional PGA 2K21 player up until I played MLB the Show. So I played on the pro circuit for PGA 2K21. So maybe I'll do 2K23.
Oh, so you did like tournaments and all that for PGA?
Yeah. They had a couple Discord servers where we would like play for money and have winner take all, $10 buy-ins, like $180, $200 tournaments that you could win. So I would like to say my winnings are upwards of $3,000 at the moment. So
okay,
yeah, and I am the reigning 3 club champion. So you're only allowed to use 3 clubs out of the 14. You get to pick which 3 clubs you pick, and it includes the putter, by the way. So yeah, I'm the reigning 3 club champ as well. So yeah,
I've never played PGA. Is it fun?
Oh, I could help you with that, my man. That game is fun too, because there's the cool part about that. Just like in MLB the Show, you can create your own course, and because it's open and like golf courses can be anything, you can create mini golf courses. You and I could play mini golf in PGA 2K21, and there's a lot of fun courses.
Okay.
So anytime you want to do that video and you want to get that down, like trust me, and you and I could have a match. You can play on like lower settings, and I can play on higher settings on like my pro settings. So like the matchmaking it's called like pro settings, but then the guys who play on like the Discord servers that I play on, play even harder because obviously it's just not hard enough for us. I could play on that setting, and then you could play on like the pro setting, and it's pretty forgiving. And we could have a match if you wanted.
Okay.
I love PGA because I'm a golfer myself, but at the same time I grew up playing baseball, so like that's where MLB the Show is. Like I loved when Joe Mauer was on the cover, but I played back when David Wright was on the cover, so like 06.
Yeah, that's way back.
I'm old, dude. I told you I played PS2. My first console, Kev, was the Intellivision.
A what?
The Intellivision. Look it up. I want you to tell me what year that's from.
Let's see.
I'm making you do some work now. I'm sorry, but
I have never seen this.
So it's got a number pad and a dial. You see that?
Yeah. What the heck?
That's the controller. So the number pad was the buttons like A, B, Y, X, all that stuff. Like number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. Each of them for different games had a corresponding like button that did something specific. So when you bought a game, it would come with a piece of plastic that you could slide over those numbers to tell you which function did what. And then that dial was to help you turn, and like you could press it in because it was a button too. So and then you didn't use like, you remember like the white yellow and red to plug in.
Yeah,
We
I
didn't.
remember that.
We didn't.
I remember that
We didn't
for
have
the
that.
first Xbox.
We didn't have that.
Oh,
We
what was
had
it?
two little tiny two-prong forks that we would screw into the back of the TV that had two little screws on the back of it to get. You might have
What
to look it
the?
up. You might have to look it up.
Some
It's
cables.
it's so barbaric. It's so funny.
I don't know if it's showing up.
It's
Oh,
literally
I think is it the
they're like two.
RCA to F adapter that you
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I
That's
had to.
insane.
Yeah, and my grandma had to plug it in for me because I'm 3 and I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So, yeah, I'm a little old school, my man. That was my first console, 1979. 1979 is the year that console came out. I was born in '93, but my dad held on to that console. So, but then I went to the NES, played freaking Duck Hunt, and then it was the N64 for my birthday in 1996. Or in 1997 was Christmas actually. My cousin got in 1996 got the Nintendo on his birthday. So then playing Super Mario 64 and like Wave Race 64. Those were the games, and Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
Yeah. Yeah, see, I didn't get a chance to play all those games.
Bro, you missed my childhood.
Yeah, I kind of went in a different approach when I first started. We played Wii Sports and Mario Kart. And then after that, it was Xbox. And then I played some other games like Far Cry, and Star Wars Battlefront 2, and then MLB. And then that's pretty much been it.
Did you ever play like Fallout or like Skyrim or anything like that?
Oh, man. I watched videos on that. And I think at the time I was like, is this only on the computer? I didn't know it was on console.
It's probably best experienced on the computer, I would say, just because of like mods and stuff like that now. Like if you're gonna play Fallout New Vegas, which is probably my favorite Fallout game to play, you're gonna want to play it on PC. But it's viable still, like 100% on the console. It's one of my favorite games of all time. So
yeah,
I don't know. I feel like with like the PSP and like the DS, like I was playing that too. Like the Game Boy Advance came right before that, and like the Game Boy SP, so like Pokemon, like all that stuff. That was 100%. I started with Pokemon Silver, so like I'm Generation 2. I think that's all. Like I was literally when they only had like 200 Pokemon, man. Like now they have like 4,000 Pokemon.
Yeah, I remember when Pokemon cards were pretty big when I was in middle school.
Well, then like pandemic, they became so popular again.
Oh yeah, and then that blew up and all that. The Charizards, all that. Logan Paul getting his Charizard. All that.
The Logan Paul, jeez. No, but like so did you think about doing Pokemon cards when you were doing baseball cards?
No, I knew nothing about Pokemon.
You're like, I'm not gonna. That's somebody else's racket.
Yeah, like I knew who Pikachu was. I knew who Charizard was. That was pretty much it. I was like, if I opened up a pack, I don't even know who I'm pulling.
Right. Some of my favorite YouTubers were like started pulling in them, and I was like, I get like the allure because it's like you're finding something rare, and that's cool. We do that with MLB the Show. Like we're waiting for the rare card that we want, or the rare player that's gonna benefit our team. But we get to use that player. Like the cards, like you don't get to use them.
Yeah.
Like unless you're playing the trading card game, which not very many people play. Like that's why I don't know, Yu-Gi-Oh unpackings were a little cooler to me because like usually the like most expensive cards are the ones being used and like the rare version of them. So like the person's probably gonna put it in like a thick sleeve and put it in their deck, and you're like, well, now they have to buy thick sleeves for their whole deck, so otherwise they know what card is coming.
Exactly. Yep.
I played Yu-Gi-Oh a lot, so for me it was like watching the TV show and like playing Yu-Gi-Oh with your friends. Like it was like that was primetime TV. So. And then Dragon Ball Z. Did you ever catch Dragon Ball Z?
Dragon Ball Z. Yep.
Hell yeah! Thank you.
Same
I'm glad that at least bridged some gaps.
That was a childhood show right there.
Dude, Dragon Ball Z, and then going into, I liked Dragon Ball GT, but the storyline seemed really weird. Like they definitely seemed like way forced.
No, I like the intro to this to each episode is pretty cool, and leading up to the final Final
This
fight.
time, Dragon Ball Z. And you're
But
like, oh fuck yes.
I was really young when I was watching this. I was like, oh, this is the coolest shit I've ever seen.
Dudes firing lasers out of their hands at each other. Fuck yeah.
And then
Fuck
when
yeah.
Vegeta and Goku became one.
That's
pretty
like
cool.
me and my friends practiced that dance like it was our jobs. We thought we were gonna turn into one person.
That was such an iconic, what do you call it, scene.
Fusion Ha. I was like, yeah, me and my friends definitely tried to become one person for a while.
Mhm.
That was the like influential, like Star Wars, like when you and your friends would like buy the Star Wars fucking lightsaber from Target and bend it over your friend's head. Like
Yeah.
I definitely did that a couple times. I feel bad for my neighbors, but I would leave their house with a few bent lightsabers because I would smack their kid right in the back of the head. Like that lady in the meme of the pinata where she has the blindfold. And they like pull the fucking pinata up. And,
God.
yeah, and they just
what
wax
she was
it.
thinking when she was doing that.
Yeah.
I saw that coming from a mile, and I was like, I don't know what you're doing.
That's basically that. What that lady did is what I was doing to my friends with lightsabers.
Oh.
Just
Wow.
wrapping it around their head.
Yeah.
Hey man, like playing with those lightsabers was dangerous. So you just had to watch out for me, man. I was serious. I wanted to have the Force.
You have like a personal custom lightsaber?
I made sure to make sure my mom got me the purple one because I knew that one was like hard to get.
Yeah.
So like when my friend would show up with his green and his blue one, I'd be like, "You stupid piece of shit! I got the purple one.
Yeah.
You don't even know." And like I'd pull it out, and he's just like, "You, where'd you get that?" And it was like the world ended for this kid, and I was just like, that was a feeling that I was like yearning for.
Mhm.
And that's early on that I realized that I was a little sadistic. I kind of liked watching other people suffer at my expense. Hey, I toned it down as I got older, but
Yeah.
definitely back then when I was a middle schooler, I was like, I had a trolling series on Call of Duty where I would just trap people in corners on Ricochet, hardcore. So like most hardcore up until that point in Call of Duty, it was Call of Duty Ghosts. Like you could shoot your teammate and just kill him.
Mhm.
Like, you know, in hardcore, you're allowed to do that. Well, in this game, they were like, well, we don't want people killing their teammates. How about if you shoot your teammate, it hurts you? Oh, that's crazy. I should do that. No one will shoot each other then.
Yeah.
Well, what that meant was I could trap you in a corner, and the only way for you to get out of that corner is to shoot me and kill yourself.
Mhm.
And ruin your KD because it goes against you if you shoot your teammate. It kills you it's an actual death.
Mhm.
Versus if I tried to kill you in previous games where it just wouldn't count as a death. So I routinely would just trap people in corner for an entire game, and these guys just wouldn't kill me. And I would just sit there and stare at them with no mic, and they're just like, "Really? This is what you do for fun?" And like, it's almost like they got madder that I wasn't responding, or like would like shake my head no with my character, just like, "Sorry, bud, you're stuck here." But eventually they have to like kill me, and then like they would like put up like a turret, and then I would just like knife the turret and like kill it, and they're like, "Hey, that was mine," and you're like, Do you realize this is what my purpose is? This is my goal in life.
Yeah.
And I was a little sadistic because like I would watch trolling YouTubers, and it just made me and my friends laugh. So we would just do that over and over again.
Mm-hmm. Huh. that was pretty fun.
Most people who play Call of Duty are our age now. Like, so some little twerp 15-year-old who thinks he's funnier than shit, like trapping you in a corner, that's gotta suck. Like, that's gotta be really annoying, especially if you just got off a 9 to 5 and like, you're just trying to have fun. And I'm just sitting there like I'm silently just staring at you down in a corner, and the only way you can leave is by shooting me, and then I'm gonna find where you spawn and do the same thing again.
Yep.
I'm sorry to all those people I trapped in corners. I really am. But you were good YouTube content. All 55 views of them. It was great. Back when YouTube was popping, I got like 1,000 subscribers on my Call of Duty channel back in the day, and I thought I was the hottest shit of all time. It was like 1,000 subscribers meant that like people knew who you were. Like enough people in the Call of Duty spheres and clans knew who you were to subscribe to you.
Mm-hmm.
And then one day, like some kid hacked my account and just deleted it. It's like,
what?
Fuck you. Yeah, just like fuck you. Like I was like, are you shitting me? All my hard work. I had like 2 montages posted, and I was like, all right, let's try a new YouTube channel, and I couldn't even get above like 100 subscribers, so I stopped and like deleted that channel too. So I was like,
how does that happen?
yeah, I don't know, man. YouTube back in the day was like very lax, and I think you could like just like get people's info a lot easier. And I was a dumb kid. I probably posted my email or something out there, and like somebody, I was a dumb kid. I got catfish when I was in middle school. I got my RuneScape account hacked multiple times. Where it wasn't hacked. I just gave my password to some idiot thinking that he would give me membership.
Huh.
Like, I was a dumb kid. I learned my lessons the hard way.
Well, now you know.
Oh, right. Dude, I'm not scamming people though. You don't see me going out and scamming people.
Yeah. Damn, that's kind of whack.
Hey, if you play RuneScape at all?
Nah.
That was one of those like childhood games that like I feel like it was like a wave in generations, like Roblox and kind of Fortnite is now.
I think I've seen it on TikTok. Is there scary
like
games on there?
There's like they have like haunted areas and like stuff like that, but then there's like wilderness areas and like stuff that are like more hardcore and stuff like that. Yeah, they're like player versus player areas that are like supposed to like look scary and like make it like more intense and stuff as you like hunt your friends and stuff. So yeah, there's like clans and shit like that play that game still to this day that have like never stopped playing since like 2007. Like, yeah, that game RuneScape is the free version of WoW. Basically, like, because you didn't have to pay, you still don't have to pay to be a member. You can earn it. You can just play the game and like earn enough to get all the membership good stuff that is more exclusive.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's like for me. It's like I wish they could, if they did that same system for like Xbox Live or PlayStation, where you didn't have to pay yearly just to subscribe to it. I can earn it by playing enough video games. That'd be sick.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't gonna have that shit anytime soon.
Exactly. Yeah.
Microsoft and Sony want their money, baby.
Yep.
That's like 2K's predatory fucking 2K. I mean, I don't think MLB the Show does it, but like 2K does it with their VC. Like it's just like egregious, like how much they advertise. Like you need VC to do certain things.
It's you see the physical cards they have in Best Buy and all that. IVC to use the game. Yeah, 2K, Madden, they do that a lot. I never see anything like that for Stubbs from MLB the Show because MLB the Show. I mean, they have the offline call part to it where you can just grind and get cards there, and you can get cards too.
It's a barrier of entry. Like you're making it so people have to spend a certain amount of money just to like play the game for like at a fun level. Because nowadays, like if you're gonna play a My Player, you're going to want to buy extra VC to get your guy to 85 overall right away so that you can play online with your friends and grind badges quicker, because if you grind from 60 overall, it's so much more of like pulling your teeth with your fingers. Like it's just not one of those things that's fun. So I don't know, like for me, if you're going to create a barrier of entry, then like the game has to be really good. And I think 2K is lucky that they have such a big image that they can get away with it, because Madden is slowly losing its market share. Like, really? Like if I don't know about anybody else, but I haven't bought Madden for a long time.
I've only bought Madden. I didn't buy it. I was gifted it for birthday. But that's the only time I ever played Madden. I just don't know how to play it, and plus I've heard all the stuff about pay to win, stuff like that.
Well, it's almost like the game quality went down too. Like the last time I played a Madden game and genuinely enjoyed it was like Madden 09. Like I could create my own teams back then. I could create my own player and put them on a team like in franchise and like go for a while.
Yeah.
It's silly to me. Like I don't know. But well, Kev, I don't know how much time you got. I mean, are you about to record right now?
About a couple minutes.
Sick. Have you finished the extreme program? I still haven't.
Nope.
I did the missions, but I haven't done showdown or the rest of it yet.
Let's see. I don't think Yeah, I'm only up here. I only got Kerry Wood.
I'm about to get on parallel 4, so like I'm almost halfway through the experience of his, but like
maybe this is something I'll do for the end of the year. Right now it's this is a whole another level of stress for me to do.
Dude, the moments took me so long. Like it took me multiple days. And that's I have a 9 to 5, so that's different for me. I'm not if I was a content creator, I would have got it done in a day, but it still would have taken a couple hours. Like it's multiple hours of work.
Yeah.
Because like the only card I see that's good in there is the Josh Donaldson card. I think the Robinson Cano card is not that great, to be honest.
Yeah.
His swing is weird. It's slow.
Is it? I haven't used him yet, so.
I did it in the if you do Showdown enough, you can kind of pick him enough times to kind of get some usage out of him.
Mm.
And I was literally just failing the first mission on purpose because I wanted to get some swings in and just like see how he feels. But like I don't like his swing, and Donaldson has a like quick swing. So
no, Donaldson's got a pretty good swing. I like his swing. It's pretty level.
Third base this year has been weird.
Yeah, there's like you have a guy with 99 fielding and all that, and he still doesn't manage to get the ball. Kind of, and then you got Neil Cruz diving fucking 10 feet just to get a ball. Like some stuff doesn't make sense. Like Babe Ruth is able to go full out without breaking a bone.
That clip that you have on TikTok where the shortstop literally teleported on a slide.
Oh my God, Bryson Stott, he like teleported backwards to get the ball.
I couldn't believe it. That was like early in the game. Yeah, they had a problem with the diving. That was egregious, I will say.
Yeah.
I was using a cap at shortstop, and I was like making like there was nobody getting the ball by me, and he didn't have any like he was a primary contact and like power. Like there was no good fielding. He had like 60 fielding.
Yeah. I was playing against one of my friends, and I was like, watch this. I made 3 diving plays. Like I was messing around in the outfield, and I was like, watch this. This is how easy this is. And I was like, all right, circling around, and I just made 3 diving plays, and I was like, this is how easy it is.
You are really good at diving in this game, though. I will say, like the past 2 videos where you like had to make a couple diving plays on purpose. Like,
oh yeah,
the timing is not the easiest, but when you get it down, I think like you have it down right now. It's gonna be easy to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's for me in like PGA 2K. Like I have the timing down, so like even if I don't play for a couple days, I can just like hop back into it.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I don't know. Like the mechanics of the game have gotten, like I wouldn't say the hitting mechanics have gotten better, but like the fielding mechanics did throughout the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like they updated the diving. They updated. They still need to fix, how players react when they catch the ball when the ball's in play.
Mm-hmm. And balls hit back to the pitcher. Behind the back plays like kind of unrealistic. Not everyone's gonna make that play.
Well, and the cutoffs, like they're the rotations of players, like in certain situations, like my first baseman has to go cover second, when in reality I should just have my second baseman a little farther out for the cut.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I saw, who was it? I think it was AJ. Yeah, because he has Roberto Clemente, who's got 99 arm in right field, and the cutoff like was so far out that they had 2 cutoffs for a guy who has 99 arm. I'm like, why? The dude could throw the ball to third base from the fence on a rope.
I know, right?
Why are we like the game mechanics don't make sense? Like multiple times I've been screwed on like balls hit the right field where like the first baseman just doesn't cover first because the game is like, no, it's a base hit. It's like, no, a first baseman would cover first.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of it's frustrating.
Yeah. Hopefully they fix it in 23. I have a weird feeling that the game is going to be exactly the same for 23. But,
yeah, they don't have as much incentive to change that much in terms of like the new game, but like if they want their game to last a long time,
like the things I want them to change, which they had a big opportunity to do this year, is when they introduced the co-op. Like they just left that as if that's just an online friendly, right? Like if they were to implement like a ranked season into that would have been so much better.
Me and 2 of my buddies play 3v3s all the time, and it's way more fun. I think that's actually one of my favorite parts of this game, and it doesn't work half the time. Like we get frustrated trying to find a game.
That's the other problem is the matchmaking and all that, and the servers and shit like that. It's horrible.
It's absolutely
this game is, what do you call it, not that big as compared to all the other big games that people play. And so what's going on with the servers? Like, come on, you don't have like 1 billion people on it, so
true.
That's unrealistic. But like, you don't have a whole lot of people on it, but it shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah. But even the biggest companies who have the resources to do it aren't doing it. 2K is not fixing their servers every single time. Like, their servers have always been a point of contention, and that's coming from somebody who made like the NBA 2K Combine in 2020. Like, I always had problems of getting like quit outs when I'm like, the whole point of me trying to make that combine was I needed to have a good winning percentage in the rec. And if I'm getting disconnected from games in the rec because your game sucks, then I'm losing my winning percentage because your game sucks, not because I'm bad. So it became like an actual point of contention where it may have costed somebody money, but theoretically, like if they're a player that was trying to get drafted. So I don't know, man. Like, you gotta, as a game company, I hope they can work on that. You're right. Next year,
hopefully,
it's if them moving the game to Xbox and Switch is a sign that their game was losing popularity, then they need to fix something.
Exactly.
Because they already saw the writing on the wall once. They released the game on multiple platforms instead of just PlayStation. Mm-hmm. They could have re-upped their exclusivity. PlayStation would have paid for it.
Oh, for sure.
But SDS was like, no, we're gonna take a lower paycheck from either one, but then like, put the game on all platforms to help grow our game.
Yeah.
I feel like in that same essence, they should, want to improve 23 to capitalize on that too.
I never played MLB the Show 16. I heard that was like the best game out there, right?
I would tend to agree. And as somebody who like only had like friends who were like had the game where I could only go play it at my friends, I would go out of my way to go play that game.
Yeah, everybody said like the gameplay in there was stellar and all that. So I just don't understand how you can go from a game like that and then just shit the bed for the next couple of years.
Dude, that's Madden. Madden did it already. So it's like they're taking the same model, and I don't want them to. So if they can stop the tracks and change to another route, like hopefully, like they can heed the warnings, because like we're here right now talking about it, and hopefully, if if this pod or this video gets some traction, they'll hear it and see that like creators like you and others are really wanting this game to continue to grow. And we're looking to find ways that we can help interact and like get our voices heard.
Yeah.
Do we need a MLB the Show players union? Like, what the fuck?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, we try our best to go and promote the game through social media and stuff like that, and we can only work with what we got. So, and we try our best, to with what we got to work with, to find ways to make it more interesting, stuff like that, as doing series or challenges or stuff like that.
Right.
But when the game is not putting out as much content, or it's just the gameplay is just shit, people are losing interest in the game. That's only going to affect us.
Yeah.
Too, so.
It's almost like they're wanting the creators to help like keep the game afloat. Like, they're like, well, we don't know what to do. Like, we don't have any good ideas. It's like, well, we do. Like, ask us. Like, new players, like recycling a Ken Griffey Jr. card that nobody's using
everybody's
now.
vocal on Twitter, and that's the biggest thing everybody uses to go and talk about the game.
Yeah, and they're right there on Twitter watching everything happen, and are they doing anything about it?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's it's frustrating from a creator standpoint, because like you want your voice heard. I know that, but you just hope and pray that the company is like listening. At least 2K hasn't been, so that's where I'm like, maybe I have a pessimistic attitude for that, just because 2K shot my foot, man. They shot me down so many times. It's heartbreaking. But hey, I'll let you get to recording, my man. I appreciate your time. I really do. This has been absolutely awesome. And anytime you want to come on again, let me know. Like I'm not sure who I'm thinking of getting on in the future, but I definitely enjoy talking about MLB the Show and life and stuff like that. So
for sure, appreciate it. This is fun. Thank you,
bro. Keep it up. Keep up the good work, because this YouTube stuff has been really fun to watch, and I'm a big fan. I'm thinking of like ways that I could try to help get involved. Even like if there's anything you need, like I want to help, because like this is kind of the type of things I've always done. I'm a production assistant. I did full freelance production where I did everything from setting up the lights to full on editing and all that stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
if you ever want somebody to help promote and like be behind the scenes or help you produce stuff, like come find me, my man. Like I want to be a part of that.
I got you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for showing up today. And dude, good luck in the future. And whenever the next stream is, you're gonna see me there, and in the comments of every video from here on out, because holy shit, like Double Trouble is so much fun to watch.
Thank you.
All right, my man. Well, thank you for your time, and we'll talk to you later.
All right, you have a good one. Thank you.
You too.
Bye.
That was KevBrado, everybody, and I want to thank you so much for watching this podcast. This has been the Taylor Price Podcast. If you are listening on Spotify, YouTube, or on iTunes, I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.